Hey YouTubers, more Robb Muffet. Guys, if you're like me, you get a lot of boxes from Amazon packaging material. I've been loading up on them and I need to make some stuff out of them. So this is my first project I'm making with cardboard. It's kind of primitive. It looks like maybe third grader made it, which is an insult and also it's a compliment. I'm not a craftsman or an artist, but a third grader, they don't care. They just try stuff. That's what I'm doing. I actually learned 2 or 3 things I didn't know making this project. So this is very simple tool case. I got a mini ratcheting kit from Amazon, $9. Actually, pretty decent. And I could store it in this fine. I find if I buy tools, I don't have something to store them in, I lose them. I can't find them. So it's best to have something in the case. But I said, we could try making a tool case. So that's what I did. I have a light that came the other day, and it was packaged in some foam and real cheap cardboard. And I made a simple case, and I used Titebond wood glue. And here's one of the first things I learned when I've been using wood glue for years and years, and usually use it full strength. And I did them this time, and when I put it in the vise to squeeze it, it came out like it should. But I said afterwards, what if I diluted? I diluted this wood glue 5:1, and I've been experimenting with different things, and even at 5:1, it glues rather well. So I'm going to, this was 5:1, I had to press down on it. This is a piece of cardboard that I just folded over, and it's with 5:1 glue. I can't pull this apart. So I'm going to take an empty ketchup bottle that has a snap top and then just fill this up and dilute the glue. I think maybe 3:1. And I'm not telling you should do it because I don't know how strong it would be for using wood joints, but as far as the paper joints, this stuff is surprisingly strong at a 5:1 dilution. So that's one of the first things I learned in this little project is I could probably use glue for paper and cardboard projects at a lot less strength or quantity, not strength. So that was one of the first things I learned. The second thing I learned was that I wanted to be able to secure it. I was going to use magnets. By the way, this is just a piece of cardboard and a piece of foam and the glue on the other side, and it was pressed in. I didn't want to show you how to do it because so simple you could see it, look at it, and you know how to do it. But how was I going to secure it? I took this is a very cheap duct tape, and I cut off a piece and I put a hole in the middle, and then I took a little piece of bamboo. You could use a twig or a branch or a dowel, and I just tied this cotton string on to it through the hole, and then I folded over, and then I was able to just wrap around, and then you just put over one edge, put over the other edge, and that's pretty secure. Now, if you were using this like a dozen times a day, this wouldn't work because eventually the tape would tear even more. Of course, you could add more tape, but for something that this toolkit isn't going to be used that often, and you don't have to put tools. You could, anything that needs to be in the case, you could do this. And then the foam was cut out, and it was just a piece of cardboard around the perimeter. So this glue, I'm kind of excited about it. There's a guy who wrote a book years ago called Rancho, Costa. He lived out in the desert. He bought like 5 acres for $500, and he built a little house. And most of his house was built out of cardboard. He made a frame that was like 4 feet by 8 feet, and then he just put in layers of cardboard and put glue on the cardboard and pressed down more cardboard. And he made sheets of 4 by 8 out of compressed cardboard. And of course, he lived in the desert, no rain, but he could have waterproofed the outside. It was a very inexpensive way to build or use cardboard as a construction material. If you need to if you need to build, if you need to learn to speak English, if you need, watch another channel, if you need to build a little case, I think this is an interesting concept. And this is the first of my projects with cardboard and foam, that packaging material. I'll be making some more gadgets. By the way, coming up, I mentioned in the previous video about my crab lures that open up. You could put bait inside. This is the very first one I made with the poly plastic, and I found a way to make them a little smaller. So they're a work in process. It's coming along. Yeah, a work in process. There we go. We finally got it. Okay, guys. I hope this was interesting to you, and that something you could simply make simple cases. And like I said, you could actually save some money on your glue. You won't have to use as much. And I think this is going to work out pretty good. And check out the ratcheting screwdrivers. These are so handy because they're so narrow. You can get in really tight spaces with them. I have a blender that needs to have something worked on it, and I can get inside. It's very, very small and pretty decent quality. All right, guys, sorry to ramble. Hope this was something helpful. This is our first cardboard Amazon box project. We'll be making some more. I'm thinking of make also a mid-century sunburst clock out of the cardboard and some plaster of Paris and some gold paint. All right, and a fishing box. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Put new videos every week. Been doing it for 14 years. Got over 1,000 videos and a bunch of playlists. A bunch of cool people on my channel. Featured no race to meet night anyway. And all right, take care. See you out there.